Hi, welcome back. This is video number 4, which is content strategy. So you will remember that we, first of all, did all the keyword research in video 1, and I gave you examples of that. Then we moved on to, let me have a look. Then we moved on to, where's my sheet gone? Here we go. Then we moved on to the paid advertising. Then we moved on to, after that, the optimization, where I was showing you the snippets and obviously the keyword research along with a benefit to the customer. So free keywords for your website, immediate download. Here you can see Amazon keywords, how many in that cluster. So we've got some keywords that you can actually download. You can see here digital marketing testimonials and how many are our reviews. So we then move on to the content strategy. So if we go back to our data sheet, we'll just get rid of this. Don't save. And we're now looking at this here. So as I used the bulbs before, I'm going to use the bulbs again. So that's the keyword research folder. This is the content. So each one of these represents a blog post. So if we open up the chandelier bulbs, this is what it looks like inside. So this is basically the documentation that you would get with our 3-month package. So if you put in chandelier bulbs LED into Google search, this would be the title on the page. So you might say the best in the world, or best chandelier bulbs ever, LED bulbs, or whatever it is. And then within the content you would use these keywords. It also tells you if you have a listing already, so you can identify gaps in your optimization work, and also you can see the value of that keyword and the untapped potential for that potential keyword. How we've actually got that is we've gone to Google, put in chandelier light bulbs, and then these guys here are at the top of the search, so they must already have the algorithm right. So what we can do then is we can see all the keywords that they've used within their posts to get onto the top page, and these are the keywords that we've got here at the front page. So what we can also do is we can have a look at what they've done for their titles, for example, the length of their titles, their meta descriptions, what they're writing in, the length of the meta descriptions, H1, H2, H3 headings, internal, external links, and there's, if you look at the third tab, this is a more advanced version with a little bit more data in it. So the fourth tab is questions. So these are questions that are relating specifically to this chandelier bulbs LED spreadsheet. So in fact, actually, when you looked at that sheet here and you saw all these blog posts, some of these actually have lots of questions that go with it. So it could be some of them don't have any questions, some of them have 10, some of them have 150 questions. So what we need to do is, if we look at the questions advanced, you can see here where we've got, for example, here where it's the same question 3 times. Here we've got it twice. Here we've got it 3 times, and so on and so on. So if you could just take one of these out, well, 2 of those out in this case, because there's 3 of them. The question is what kind of light bulbs to use in a chandelier. You would answer the question, and you would answer, make sure that you put these 3 keywords within the answer, and that will give you the value of how much these keywords are worth individually. So there's no point in optimizing for something that you're guessing. So everything now is done based on the data. So we did the keyword research, so we know every keyword. We've done our positive, negative. We've then gone in and got the most accurate data that is unique to our business by getting low cost traffic into the paid ads the output of that, we can then optimize the pages, and we can now use that data in order to do our content strategy. So what we would then do is we would have let me see here if I've got it yet, a prompt for ChatGPT. And so what we do is we'd say create a post, horizontal fence, what's this, horizontal composite fence in this case, but what in fact actually it would be is chandelier LED. Then what we do is we'd add it as a heading as well, H1 heading, how many words we want, and then what we do is, you can see here in this section where it says about the keywords. So what we then do, go back to our data sheet, which is here, and we already know that we need to use 3 or 4 out of this list here. Okay, so generally speaking, you probably wouldn't want the bottom one, because obviously that's in relation to, and says chandelier bulbs LED, but it's more likely you're going to put LED bulbs for a chandelier. So you would pick out the top keywords where there's more search volume, and then obviously what you could do from there is you can put those keywords in here, and then it says here, post thoroughly reference the brand, so put the brand in, and obviously put that into ChatGPT. But what you have to remember is this is a draft one. Don't ever just copy and paste it directly in. You need to customize the blog post, so put personal data in. You might want to use these also as anchor text, which is something I mentioned as the last point of optimization. And I said I would talk to you about that in here. So there's a couple of other things we're in here. So we've got some tweets. So again, use the keywords, send them to the right page. If you've got 10 products or services and you've got 5 tweets in each, that's 50. You can schedule them into some sort of social media scheduling tool, which means you can do a lights on sort of campaign and not pay too much money for that, because you can reuse the content. And then we've got the questions here, and of course if we go back to our data sheet, we know what the questions are. We also know what keywords to use within those questions. So again, we can use that prompt, and again, all this needs to be customized. So we can give you the prompt and you can do that yourself, or we do have a done for you service, so that is something that is quite popular. So on the actual content itself, there's another angle to this. So the example is one of my affiliate websites. So you can see here, an affiliate website, by the way, is where you make commission on sales for somebody clicks on a product, goes through to another website, and then they pay me a commission. So it's passive sort of income. So here you can see we've got a pet site. You can see where I've got pet questions. That is because people are asking that. How many people would have put blog there or something like that? Blog doesn't mean anything. So it's better to put something that is more relevant. So you can see here, if you look at pet questions, I'm using keywords everywhere. Chrome extension, you can see the number value under here. So 40 searches a month, cost per click 0, competition level 6%. So there's 40 people looking. So next thing, if you go to the dog questions, and we look at the dog question here in the search engine results page. So I don't think I should have done that. Can we go back one? Okay, here we go. Let's try dog questions, like so. You'll see here there are 210 people at 29p and 3% competition level. So another, there's no point in optimizing for something that somebody isn't searching for, doesn't make sense to do that. So everything needs to be data driven, all comes back to the keyword research and getting that as accurate as possible. You can see here where it looks like I've got an image missing, and I have. And the reason I've done that is to show you what I've called the image. So this is called the alt text, so which is number 6 of the optimization. So point number 6. So as you look down this search, you can see from the research, why do dogs eat grass? Why have they got wet noses? Why do they howl? Etc, etc. And then you get to this silly question, which is, why does my dog lick me? It sounds like a really stupid question, but if you have a look on here, you can see there's 2,900 people at 5p a click. Competition level is 2, just 2%. So you'll see in the URL at the top here, remember the permalink and the slug that we learned in video number 3? And you can also see the alt text image where this is going to be the image. You've got the AH heading. So what we're going to do is go to Google again, and if we just press one space, you can see the predictive search terms with all the values coming up. So I don't want to pay anything for my clicks, so as little as possible. So under 10p ideally. So here, why does my dog lick me is the prime question. So much is 5p a click, 2,900 people. I think that means literally 220, I think that means. Excessively, you've got, why does my dog lick me when I pet her, 590 at 9p, 260 at 00. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a low-cost paid advertising campaign. We're going to drive the traffic into the prime question, which you can see in all of these. So we're going to get all this traffic here at low cost and drive it into this page. What's going to happen is basically the customer's going to find what they want. When they find what they want, they're going to stay on the page. When they stay on the page, Google notices they stay on the page, and ultimately it brings the whole website up with it. So my analogy for this, people laugh at me, especially people within my team. If you imagine the Mary Rose, they didn't just stick a line on the end of it and drag it up. What they did was they put straps underneath it. And I like to think there's 4 straps. So the 4 straps are keyword research, paid advertising, the SEO, optimization, and then the content strategy. So those straps are actually bringing the whole of the ship up in one go. It's not being dragged up. Yeah, and if one of the straps is not there, clearly it's likely that it's going to sink to the bottom again. So you've got to get this right. And I know that's a strange analogy, but I like it, and so that's why I'm using it. So the next video I'm going to talk to you is just a quick summary, and I'm also going to give you a pricing guide as to how much our 3-month package is and what's included for that. Thank you.